This broadcast of Stoughton High School Boys Basketball is brought to you through generous support of these WSTO supporters. Stoughton Hospital, a proud supporter of WSTO programming. Stoughton Hospital is a 2010 Wisconsin Forward Award Master recipient, providing exceptional personalized service. Trusted care close to home. The UPS Store of Stoughton. You can't do it all at once, but you can do it all in one place. 2364 Jackson Street, next to Papa Murphy's. Crest Funeral and Cremation Services, love and concern in action. The three things Crest values the most are service, service, and service. A proud supporter of WSTO programming. Radio Shack and Hanson Electronics of Stoughton. Your local U.S. Cellular and Dish Network authorized dealer. Pizza Pit of Stoughton, a proud supporter of WSTO programming and the official pizza of WSTO's staff.
Good evening and welcome to Stoughton High School for high school boys basketball. Non-conference play tonight between the Seymour Thunder and the Stoughton Vikings. Great to have you alongside with us. James Weingard with you on WSTO TV. And Seymour comes in out of the Bay Conference at 5-6 in the Bay Conference. They are 7-11 overall, tied for fourth place in the Bay. And the Vikings coming off of a loss, actually two losses. One in conference, one out of conference. Vikings 7-1 and in first place in the Badger South, and they are 14-3 overall. Vikings lost to Monona Grove last night, 93-85, and they also lost to Wanakee, 84-70. So back-to-back losses for Stoughton, and then three wins before that, beating Oregon 77-59, beating Elkhorn 92-56, and beating Watertown 72-47. And we'll pause right now. We'll get our starting lineups here in just a minute. But first, we will have the singing of our national anthem.
Let's all help her by singing along. And so now, to honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand, remove your hats, and place your hand over your heart for the singing of our national anthem.
Young lady singing the national anthem. She wanted to do that part of I think that she said a life goal there was to sing that, and did a fine job. Little music difficulties at the beginning, but she did a wonderful job with the national anthem. And so we get ready for our starting lineups. And Seymour coming in off of a loss. They lost to Shawano 56-51. They beat New London 58-55, lost to Badger 75-64. They beat Green Bay East 71-47, and they beat Sturgeon Bay 50-45. And again, the Thunder 5-6 in the Bay Conference, tied for fourth place, and 7-11 overall. And here come the starting lineups. First for the Seymour Thunder.
Freshman, number 3, Riley Murphy.
So the Thunder are introduced, and here come the Stoughton Vikings. And there are the Vikings on the lineup, and head coach for Seymour is John Murphy. Nolan Weber is the head coach for the Vikings, and we get ready for this matchup. Vikings looking to get back to their winning ways, coming off of a 2-game losing streak to Monona Grove last night, 93-85 in overtime, and to Wanakee, 84-70. Vikings, number one scoring offense in the Badger South at 81.7 points per game. Number one leading scorer in the conference, Troy Slaby, at 22.5 points per game. Also the number 5 leading scorer at with Max Fernholtz at 16.4. Vikings win the opening tip, and off we go. Darvell Peoples has it for Stoughton, across to Troy Slaby on the wing. Back to this side, Peoples down to the corner. Fernholtz for 3, short. Rebound, DiBenedetto in the lane. Had it hacked out of his arms, kicks it out to Peoples, back to the corner. And now Slaby inside DiBenedetto. And he'll move back toward the wing. Jump ball called. Possession arrow be in favor of Seymour. Little geography lesson if you're not familiar. Seymour is in Outagamie County, a little bit north of northwest of Appleton. And so the Thunder making the trek down here to southern Wisconsin for the ball game tonight. Trent Blake, inside pass, goes right through the hands of Max Fernholtz on the steal attempt, and looked at his traitorous hands, and the ball belonged to Seymour. Inbounds play, Trevor Cornell comes into the wing, 3 on its way, and no good. Offensive rebound, Yeager had it for a moment. Tommy McLean comes away with it. DiBenedetto has it now, and that pass is tipped into the second row of stands from Trent Blake, and it'll stay with Stoughton over on the far sideline. 17-10 to go, first half. Fernholtz inbounds to Slaby out near half court. Slaby lobs it to Peoples here on the wing. And back to Troy, far side, winds up for his first 3 and knocks it down. And 3 points for the Vikings. It is 3-0, 16:53 to play in the first half. Kraus with it, bounce pass into the lane. They got it to him, but Slaby has a loose ball picked up on a steal. Slaby stops and finds DiBenedetto in the corner. Jordan to the rack, scores. 5-0, 16:37 to go. Little pressure applied here by the Vikings. Riley Murphy picked his dribble up in the backcourt. Now they whip it ahead down to the block on the far side. Turnaround jumper, good-looking shot there from Trent Blake. And it's 5-2 with 16:20 to play. Slaby, a little crossover out at the wing. Finds Fernholtz. Inside, McLean got behind the defense. Too strong on the rebound, on the shot. Rebound comes down to Seymour, and Cornell has it. Cornell bounces it to Kraus between the circles. Far side wing is Blake. Blake with Slaby on him, back to the top now. Free throw line for Cornell, this side for Murphy. Cornell on the baseline, puts it up. Nope, front iron, no good. Offensive rebound to the outside. Murphy with it near side wing and drives around traffic. That's no good. McLean has the weak side board for the Vikings. And now it's Fernholtz, stops, pops, and it's short. Rebound comes down to Cornell. Coach Weber not a happy camper at the moment. And coming back is Nick Yeager for the Thunder. Far side wing for Cornell. 15:25 to go, first half. Bounce pass into the corner. Baseline drive into the lane. Kraus late looking at it, and then he knocks it out of bounds off the missed shot, and it'll belong to Stoughton with 15:16 to play. Fernholz inbounds to Slaby. 5-2 our score. 15-11 to go first half. Slaby top of the arc. Now Fernholz far side. Slaby has it back. Winds up for three and drains another one. He's got 2 and 6 points for him. 8-2. 15 minutes left in the opening half. Slaby's season average has been falling of recent times, but that's quick hands by Troy as it gets knocked out of bounds. Aiden McGee and Brady Shipper in. Peoples and Fernholz out for the time being. 14:51 left in the first half. Vikings up by 6. Yeager, and now Murphy over on the far sidelines. Shipper on him. Brady with a lot of body. Over to this side. Blake, pull-up jumper, short. McLean has the rebound for the Vikings, and the outlet goes to Slaby. Quick pass underneath to McGee. He got bumped. Comes out to the near side wing and then throws it back out for Troy. Top of the arc, right through the hands of Shipper. Saved, and it bounced off of a Thunder ankle, and it goes out of bounds to Stoughton on the baseline. 14:21 to go first half. Slaby to inbound. And it'll come into Shipper. Brady's got looks like a shoulder brace on his left arm. Slaby, top of the arc. Shipper over in the corner, or on the wing. Slaby around free throw line, jumper, in and out, no good. Rebound comes down to Yeager for the Thunder as he tries to get around Aiden McGee. Yeager with it, top of the arc. Lost the handle on it. And DiBenedetto outlet to Slaby. He couldn't handle it. Ball's on the floor. And they roll around with it, and it's going to be a timeout called by Seymour. And we've got a stoppage here with 13:49 to go in the first half. And the Vikings leading 8-2. Gabe Wishorik in for the Thunder during the timeout here, number 2. 13:49 left here in the first half. Vikings have 4 regular season games left, and all 4 of them happen to be conference games. They'll be at home against Monroe on Tuesday, which will be our next basketball game, and then home on Friday against Milton, at Fort Atkinson on the 21st, and then the big one, or potentially the big one, will be on the 23rd at Edgewood. 13:49 left here in the first half. 8-2 Vikings in front. And Wishorik with it for the Thunder. Spins away from McGee. And now it's to Cornell. Near side, Murphy. Trying to get around Shipper. Wishorik again. Back to the outside. That'll go to Murphy. 3 versus 3 here. Murphy against Shipper. 13:21 and a 5-second call, closely guarded. So a turnover by the Thunder gives the ball back to the Vikings, and it's McGee to inbound here on the near side. 13:21 left in the first half, and it's Troy Slaby. Brady Shipper with it over on the far sideline. McGee now, and Shipper gets it back. McGee, bounce pass into the high post for DiBenedetto. Down the lane, little wraparound pass. Shipper winds up for 3, that's short. Rebound tip. And McGee will not save it. Looked like he stepped on the end line before he got to the ball. Kyle Goodman in. Jordan DiBenedetto out for the Vikings. 13:02 to go first half. And Vikings applying a little pressure here. Wishorik to run the floor for the Thunder. Facing against Kyle Goodman. Murphy on the wing for Seymour. Cornell in this side for Blake. Inside pass. That could have been a foul on McGee on a hold, but it was Kraus getting behind McGee, and it's 8-4 now. Here's Goodman, little jumper down the lane, no good. Had his own rebound tipped, and it's out of bounds. It'll belong to Stoughton. 12:31 left. Inbounds play from McGee coming in at the end of the Seymour bench, and it's now into Slaby. Lobs it to Brady Shipper to the block. Stops in the lane. Oh, good head and shoulder fake. McLean with the rebound. Putback foul called. And he's going to head to the line for 2. Foul against 11, Trevor Cornell. That'll be his first, and the first team foul. make that,
Trevor Cornell is
yes,
first.
first team foul, right? Yes. Tommy McLean with 2 free throws coming up. A very flat-looking shot.
In for the Thunder, number 4.
Tyler Vandehei in for the Thunder. McLean's second free throw is good, and that gives the Vikings a 5-point lead now. It's 9-4 with 12:22 to play in the first half. Washorek with it for the Thunder. Getting around Goodman into the front court, and that's batted out of bounds by Tommy McLean out of the hands of Trent Blake. Kruger, Fernholz, and Darvell Peoples back into the Viking lineup. McLean, McGee, and Slaby are out. 12-12 to play. And Seymour's basketball over on the far sideline. They'll throw it into Riley Murphy between the rings. And Vandehei down to the corner. A 3 on its way. Short. Offensive rebound taken by Wachorek. And Blake with it. He'll throw it this way. And that's Vandehei. Out to the top for Krause. And over by the Viking logo was Murphy. Vandehei. And back to this side. Blake around traffic, and that's going to be a bump on Nate Kruger. He's picked up his first. He was, interesting note about Kruger, he was sitting down here about 3 rows in front of us during the JV game, and I was not aware up until tonight how big his hands are. He's a senior, 6'4", and he's, of course, a football player, and definitely he's got that football player body and those great big huge paws. And a jumper from Goodman, no good. Outside, Shipper for 3, that's no good. Weak side rebound comes down to Trent Blake for Seymour, and here come the Thunder. 11:25 left in the first half. Wachorek, and now to Murphy. Murphy with Shipper all over him, and throws it back out toward half court, and Vandehei. Krause and Blake with a baseline drive around Kruger, can't get the roll. Loose ball, Krause, and now it's Blake for 3. That's well short. Darvell Peoples has the rebound for Stoughton. Peoples lobs it over to Goodman on the wing, double teamed out there. Peoples has it back. This side, Fernholz winds up for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound comes down to Seymour, and then a reach-in foul called against Brady Shipper. That's his first, and the second team foul. Shipper and Goodman out. Slaby and DiBenedetto back in for the Vikings. 4 of the original starting 5 are in at the moment, with the lone bench player in at this time is Nate Kruger. .42 left in the first half, 5-point Viking lead, and Wachorek is fouled by Slaby as he got him across the arm. So Slaby picks up the foul. That's his first, 3rd team foul. Krause back, beg your pardon, that is Nick Yeager back in for the Thunder. Wachorek inbounds to Vandehei on the near side. That pass tipped away by DiBenedetto. Now Darvell Peoples right through the hands of Kruger, and he cannot hold on to it. See, talk him up with his big hands, and then he can't hold on to the pass. 10:32 left here in the first half, and the inbounds to Vandehei. Wachorek with it. Across the timeline, Slaby defending him. Caden Waller into the lineup as well for the Thunder. Yeager with it on the far side wing. Kruger and Yeager travel. Seymour. 10:10 to play first half. Slaby up ahead for Darvell Peoples near sideline. And Troy has it back. Stops, finds Fernholz near side, now into the lane. That's going to be a reach-in foul on Vandehei. So Tyler Vandehei with the foul. That's his first, and out he goes. Trevor Cornell back in. We've been stuck on 9-4 now for a while. Slaby over to the sideline for Peoples. 9:50 to play here in the half. Slaby thought about winding up for three, but pulls it back down. Peoples has it above the arc, and now DiBenedetto. And Darvell with it again. Slaby. Little shake and bake move down the top of the lane. Got his own rebound, put back, still short. And the rebound on the second time comes down to Caden Waller for Seymour. Cornell with it, top of the arc. And now to Wieczorek. To this side for Waller. Back outside now for Cornell. Nick Yeager has it for the Thunder. And down at the baseline, knocked out of bounds by Fernholtz. Tommy McLean back in. Kruger out for the Vikings. Riley Murphy back in as well for the Thunder. 9:13 left. Inbounds play comes out to above the arc. Here's a long three. Back iron, no good. That shot taken by Riley Murphy. 9:05 left. Here's DiBenedetto in the corner to the lane. Jumps it across over to the other side. Fernholtz for three, and he knocks it down. Max Fernholtz, that is his first basket tonight, and it's 12-4. 8:52 to go. Cornell stops. DiBenedetto and Fernholtz come out to double team him. Throws it across to this side, and he'll wind up for a three, and that's no good. McLean pulls down the board. Murphy took the shot. Fernholtz has it. Now Slaby. He'll take a spot three, and misses off the back iron. Offensive rebound to McLean. Back out to Fernholtz. Slaby all the way on the other side. DiBenedetto baseline. Jumper. No. Rebound comes down to Yeager for the Thunder. 8:20 left. Dreesen with it. Down the lane, and a foul called against Fernholtz, and Dreesen draws the foul. He'll head to the line for two. Max Fernholtz with his first foul. That'll be the fourth team foul. And Rhett Dreesen on the line to try two. Boy, first one halfway down and rattles out. Nick Hutcherson in for the Vikings. Peoples out. Dreesen's second free throw is good, so there were 1 out of 2 on that trip. 12-5 now, Vikings still in front. Long pass to Hutcherson here in the corner. Approaching 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Back to the corner, Hutcherson again, and that three is no good. Weak side rebound to Yeager for Seymour, and Murphy has it. Dreesen, Slaby out to challenge him. 7:50 remaining. There's a collision out near half court. Back down to the corner. Baseline drive from Murphy. And out to the top of the arc. To the other side. Murphy for three. That's no good. Rebound comes down to Slaby. Long pass to Fernholtz on the far sideline. Fernholtz stops, pops, and hits. Max got 5, and it's 14-5. 7:25 to go in the first half. Yeager with it for the Thunder. Yeager, top of the arc. Stops, picked up his dribble. Needs to get rid of it, does in the middle. Hutcherson with the steal, and then we've got a jump ball called. Possession arrow will go toward the Vikings this time. And Kraus will check back in for the Thunder. Out goes Caden Waller. 7:11 left in the first half. 14-5, Vikings up by 9. Slaby gets it back from Fernholtz. Hutcherson near side wing, now to the block. Hutcherson gets it back. Back down to the corner, McLean. Now Slaby's top of the arc. Over to the other side, Fernholtz. DiBenedetto in the middle. Back outside, Fernholtz. Slaby with it. Fernholtz winds up for a long three and drops that one through. 8 for Max, 17-5 now. 6:36 to play here in the half. Dreesen around DiBenedetto. Back out toward the top for Cornell. Hutcherson all over him, strip. Now Slaby comes back the other way, uncontested, layup good. And Slaby has 8, it's 19-5. 6:18 left. If nothing else, the referees are letting them play here tonight. Certainly could have been a number of fouls called. Here's a three on this side, and that's good for Rhett Dreesen. He has 4, and it's 19-8. 6 minutes left in the first half. Fernholz, Hutcherson, McLean to the lane. Slaby for 3. Yes, sir. 22-8. Troy's got 11. 5:49 to go. We were talking just a minute ago that Troy's average has kind of been drifting south a little bit. Foul called on Max Fernholz. And that's his second. 15 foul. Peoples in, Fernholz out. And Trent Blake back in for the Thunder. And a timeout taken by Seymour. 5:43 remaining in the first half. Vikings up 22-8. And Stoughton, we mentioned, averaging 81.7 points per game this year, number 1 in the Badger South. They've scored 1,389 points in their 17 games. Vikings give up 62.6 points per game. Meanwhile, Seymour, they average 57.6 on the offensive side. They give up 58.4, so their scores have been pretty even throughout the course of the season. Vikings, of course, have been in the 70s, 80s, and 90s most of the season. Shooting tonight for the Thunder, they're 3 of 16 from the field, 2 of 9 from inside the three-point line, 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. Vikings 8 of 24 from the field, 3 of 12 from two-point land, and 5 of 12 from beyond the three-point line. And both teams are 1 out of 2 from the free throw line so far. 5:43 to go in the opening half. It's 22-8. Troy Slaby leading all scorers at the moment with 11. One of these times I'm going to finish that thought about Slaby's scoring average coming down in recent times. He had only had, I think, 8 points the other night and a foul called on the inbound. And speaking of Slaby, he picks up the foul. That's his second, 16 foul. Brady Shipper checking back in for the Vikings. Slaby will have a seat with 5:43 to go here in the first half. Inbounds play, and that goes down to Yeager. Back to the outside, 3 from Cornell. That's no good. Offensive rebound. That was Murphy coming in from nowhere. Actually, he's got it now and hits the 3. And off that rebound, it was Rhett Dreesen who's in, number 5. He got the rebound, though. 5:20 left, 22-11 our score. DiBenedetto has it for Stoughton. Pull-up jumper in the lane and cannot get the bounce. Tommy McLean with the offensive rebound. Gets it back to DiBenedetto in the lane. Nice move one way, comes back the other way. Little strong, and the rebound is knocked out by the Thunder, so it'll be Stoughton's ball. .505 left. Inbounds play to Hutcherson. Now Shipper with it on the wing. DiBenedetto at the free throw line. Peoples in the corner for 3. No. Rebound, and it's going to be a foul against Seymour. Trevor Cornell with the foul. That's his second, third team foul. 4:58 remaining. Peoples to inbound for the Vikings. And Hutcherson. Now McLean, Shipper. Brady inside the arc. Nice pass, finding Tommy McLean all by himself below the block. And it's 24-11, 4:45 to play here in the first half. Trent Yeager lost the handle on it. DiBenedetto short on the rebound. Shipper cleans it up, though. 26-11. 4.5 minutes left. Yeager against DiBenedetto into the front court now. Right down the lane. Little underhand dish and blocked from behind by Hutcherson. Bishoric in. And Cornell went out. 4:20 remaining here in the first half. Inbounds play to Murphy. 3 on its way and good. Riley Murphy for 3, and it's 26-14. Murphy's got 6 tonight. Peoples across to the other side for Shipper. And DiBenedetto just inside the arc. Brady's got it back now. And down to the corner for Hutcherson. Baseline to McLean. who wrestled his way inside, and it's 28-14 now, 3:53 left. Dreesen has it for the Thunder around Darvell Peoples. Finally gets a handle on it. Washorek here on this near side around Hutcherson down the lane. Can't get the bounce. Jordan DiBenedetto with the rebound for Stoughton. And he's going to run. Nice pass down low to Shipper through the land of trees back outside for Peoples. He'll run it into the lane. Miss the shot. McLean there to pull down the rebound and put it right back in. 30-14, 3:23 left. Nick Yates with it for the Thunder. And again, that half-court trap. Yates got it back, and then Shipper reaches in and grabs him across the arm. And that'll be Brady's second foul, 7th team foul, so that'll put the Thunder on the free throw line for a 1-and-1. And Nick Yeager will be on the line for the free throw. McGee and Kyle Goodman back in for the Vikings. Shipper and DiBenedetto will rest for a little while. 3:12 remaining here in the first half. Yeager's free throw is no good. McLean has the rebound for the Vikings. Outlet to Hutcherson up this near side. Peoples with it, and now Hutcherson. McGee on the far side wing as we hit 3 minutes to play in the half. Here's Hutcherson for three. That's no good. Rebound tipped, and it comes down to Trent Blake. Washorek has it, 2:52, 51, and 50 to go here in the first half. Washorek, and now Murphy for Seymour. Into this near side, Blake with it. His pull-up jumper is good. Good-looking shot there, and it's 30-16. Blake has 4 tonight. 2:33 left. Kyle Goodman down the lane. I thought he was going to call a travel, but it's going to be a foul on Gabe Washorek. That's his first, 4th team foul. And it will be Josh Krause back in for the Thunder. Nick Hutcherson to inbound for the Vikings on the baseline with 2.5 minutes left. Hutcherson, inbounds play to Peoples. And back to Hutcherson in the corner. Peoples has it back between the rings. Lobs it down to McGee on the far side. Inlet to Goodman. His shot's no good. May have been partially deflected. Outlet pass far side to Murphy. And now Washorek has it with 2:11 and 2:10 to go in the first. Murphy with it against Peoples on the far side wing. Now Washorek, Krause, 3 on its way. Good for Riley Murphy, and he's got 9, 30-19. 1:52 to go. Hutcherson, high post for Goodman. Peoples near side, 3. That's a little strong. Another offensive rebound, foul called. McLean got the rebound, and he'll head to the line. Well, no, he won't either. Troy Slaby back in for Stoughton. Hutcherson goes out. And Justin Vandenhoevel in for the Thunder for the first time. 1:42 to go. McGee into Goodman. Slaby with it now. Troy turns the corner. Nice dish down to McLean. Set up shop at the block. And it's 32-19. Minute and a half left. Washorek against Goodman. Now into the front court. Over on the far sideline, that's Murphy. Riley to the free throw line, near side. Blake. Murphy has it again. And out to Washorek above the arc. 1:14, 13, and 12 to play. And a 3 on its way again. That's way too strong. McLean has the rebound for the Vikings. And Slaby with it now. As we hit a minute to go, now less than a minute. Goodman underneath, got it. 34-19, 55, 54, 53 seconds left in the half. Murphy puts the Jets on around McLean, up and good. The dreaded Olay defense there. Let him go all the way to the rack. Slaby quickly back to the other end, puts a little scoop shot in. He draws a foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Josh Krause with the foul, his second, and 16 foul. Troy Slaby with 11 points on the line to try 2 free throws. First one good. 35-21. Tyler Vandehei back in for the Thunder. Jordan DiBenedetto back in for the Vikings. 42.3 seconds remaining here in the first half. Vikings lead by 14. Slaby's second free throw coming. Good as well. So that gives Troy 13 tonight. 41-40, 39 seconds left, and a Viking lead of 15. All by himself underneath. That was Krause. 4 for him. 36-23, 25 seconds left. Slaby, DiBenedetto, and Troy's got it back far side. 18, 17, 16 seconds to play. Slaby, 13, 12, and 11. DiBenedetto with 6, 5. Slaby, I beg your pardon, ball's on the floor. Seymour comes away with it, loose ball, and they will not get the last shot away as they went crashing into the table. And kind of an ugly sequence there at the end, but the good news for Viking fans is the Stoughton Vikings lead over the Seymour Thunder by a score of 36-23. We will step away. We'll come back. Second half coming up. This is high school boys basketball. Girls have been the last couple of games. This is boys basketball tonight on WSTO TV. Back at Stoughton High School for high school boys basketball tonight. Seymour trailing the Stoughton Vikings, homestanding Vikings, 36-23. And for Seymour, Riley Murphy had 11 points in the first half. Rhett Dreesen with 4, Trent Blake with 4, and Josh Krause with 4. They shot 9 of 26 from the field in the first half. And for the Vikings, Troy Slaby had 13. And from the field, the Vikings 14 of 40, and they were 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 5 of 15 from beyond the three-point line. So we begin the second half, and the Vikings again leading by a score of 36-23. Original 5 back on, I believe, for both teams. Not quite. It is for Stoughton anyway. So 36-23, and Seymour has the ball first to start the second half. And Riley Murphy for 3. That's off the front iron. Rebound batted out, and McLean has it. Outlet to Slaby underneath. Left-hand layup is good. And Slaby has 15 now, and it's 38-23. Yeager, Trevor Cornell drifts down to the corner, busts through a double team. The rebound taken by Max Fernholtz, and now Slaby has it. Fernholtz for 3. Back iron, no good. McLean bats the ball back out above the arc. Here's Darvell Peoples for 3, and that's no good. Rebound loose and out of bounds to Seymour. 17:05 left in the second half. Vikings leading 38-23. Inbounds to Josh Krause. Tyler Vandehei with it now for the, no, it isn't either. Gabe Wichorek for the Thunder. Riley Murphy here on the near side. And Krause with it. Yeager and Cornell. Wichorek here on the wing. Cornell has it back over to the other side. A wind-up 3, and that's no good. Rebound taken by Slaby off the tip from McLean. Slaby stops, pops, way short. McLean has a loose ball, throws it behind his back up to DiBenedetto above the arc, and his finger roll layup down the lane is no good. Got it back again. Now McLean puts it back. He goes down in a heap on the floor, and he's going to head to the line for 2. Krause's third foul, first team foul here in the second half, and McLean on the line to try 2 free throws. First one no good. Blake in, Kraus out for the Thunder. And McLean on the line to try his second free throw. That one's good. 39-23. 16:20 to go. Wishoric with it for Seymour against Fernholz. Cornell and now Murphy on the far sideline. On the slash down the far side of the lane, that's no good. Rebound, got it back. Reverse layup, no good. Another offensive rebound and a foul called on Fernholz. So 2 offensive rebounds by Josh Kraus. Or no, is that 30? Blake, sorry. Oh, yes, that's right. Kraus went out a moment ago. So Blake is on the line. Kyle Goodman back in, and Max Fernholz has a seat. 16:01 remaining here in the second half. Second free throw good for Blake. That gives him 5 tonight, and it's now 39-24, just under 16 minutes to play. Slaby with it, and Peoples far side wing. Slashes his way into the lane and puts it up from the right hand. 41-24, 15:45 left. And a little behind the back dribble by Wishoric. And a steal by Peoples. Picks it back up. Peoples to the rack. And a finger roll layup. Drops it through, and it's 43-24. 15:30 to go. Wishoric. And he'll head down inside the arc. Wrap it around the perimeter over to the far side. Blake for 3. Nope. Rebound tipped and out of bounds. Back to Seymour, and that's blocked from behind by McLean. And then on the save attempt, he hit the back side of the backboard and the basket support up there. So a little bit unlucky that time for McLean. And so it's going to stay with Seymour on the baseline. 15:12 to play. Inbounds to the corner. Murphy for a quick 3. That's no good. Rebound Slaby. 2-on-1 now for the Vikings. 3-on-2 coming back. Slaby blocked. Got his own rebound. And Peoples has it back over on the sideline. DiBenedetto. Now Slaby on the baseline. Lobs it back out for Jordan. And now Peoples on this side. DiBenedetto winds up for 3 and hits. 5 for Jordan tonight. 46-24. 14:44 to play. Wishoric spins his way out from Kyle Goodman. And that pass off of a tip. Cornell in the lane. That's partially deflected, I think, by Goodman. And now Slaby has it. And Slaby with a nice look to McLean, who puts it up and in. 48-24. 14:21 left. And another steal. Slaby coming back again from the right side. Troy to the rack. Foul called. Basket counts. And he'll head to the line for a 3-point play. And a timeout taken by the Thunder. Foul went against Gabe Wishoric, his second personal foul and the second team foul here in the second half. So 14:15 to play in the game, and the Vikings have a 50-24 lead. Slaby will head to the line to try and convert a 3-point play coming out of the timeout. And a reminder for you that our next boys basketball game will come your way on Tuesday. At least that's the day that we'll be here taping it. I'm not sure if we're going to be live or not Tuesday night. It'll be against Monroe on Valentine's Day, and that'll be a 7:30 start here at the high school gym, and hope you can join us in person. If not, of course, always tune us in on WSTO.tv, either live with the live stream or on demand. And of course, you can always follow us on social media as well, facebook.com/WSTO-TV. And you can also tweet us at WSTO-TV. 14:15 to play in the second half. Vikings in front, 50-24. And Troy Slaby, who now has 17 points tonight, looking for number 18 with this made free throw. And he has it. 51-24. 14:15 to play.
Slavy's good for the 3-point play.
And it's Rhett Dreesen with it for the Thunder. Around Kyle Goodman. Dreesen into the corner, far side. That long 2 from Blake is no good. Tipped out of bounds by McLean, and it's going to stay with Seymour.
Ball will stay with Seymour.
Gabe Wishorik to inbound. Lobs it into Trent Blake, and he'll head toward the block. Slaby cuts him off there. Kraus with it on the wing near side. And they'll switch spots. Murphy winds up for 3. That's off the iron, no good. Rebound battled for. Kraus has it, and he puts it up and in. 6 for Kraus, and it's 51-26. 13:44 to go. Hutcherson with it for the Vikings. Slaby with it now. Zip pass across to McGee. Touched in to Kyle Goodman from McLean. Hutcherson with it in the corner for 3. No good. Rebound is going to be a jump ball called. Possession arrow stays with the Vikings.
Ball will stay with Vikings.
13:31 left. Inbounds play to Slaby out at the near side wing. Whip pass into McLean. Turnaround jumper off the glass and good. And it's 53-26. McLean has 14 tonight. And that's a foul called against Kyle Goodman. That's his first, second team foul. Nate Kruger and Brady Shipper back into the lineup for the Vikings. Slaby and McLean come out. 13:17 to play. Both teams with 2 team fouls here in the second half. Inbounds to Dreesen for Seymour as he works against Brady Shipper in the backcourt and gets into the front court now. Dreesen still working off of Shipper. On the near side for Murphy. And it's going to be an offensive foul clearing out against Riley Murphy.
Offensive foul number 3.
And so that will be his first, third team foul. 13 minutes to play in the ballgame. Shipper, long pass ahead to Hutcherson over here by himself. Brady, and now Goodman. Aiden McGee over on the far side wing. And McGee gets knocked down, and Trent Blake disagrees with the call, but he is stuck with it. That's his first, fourth team foul. 12:48 left. Inbound goes to Brady Shipper. And Hutcherson on the wing. Kyle Goodman, now McGee with it. Lobs it back to Goodman on the block through a double team, whips it across, and that pass deflected and stolen away by Riley Murphy. Seymour ball, 12:28 left in the second. On the wing, that's Wishorik over there. And Wishorik to the baseline. Oh, way too strong. Hutcherson has the rebound on the other side. And a long pass ahead to McGee. Stops over there. Now Hutcherson. And McGee has it back. This side for Goodman. Moves into the lane. And again, he got bumped. And the pass stolen away. And now stolen right back by Stoughton. Hutcherson with it. Heads this way. Now McGee stops on the near side wing. Drops it to Hutcherson in the corner. Spins out of a double team problem. Shipper. And they'll try Kyle Goodman on the block on the far side. Goodman, that's going to be an offensive foul, hooking him. Yeah, that's an excellent call by the official that time. As Kyle Goodman wrapped his arm back around the Seymour defensive player. And so it will be an offensive foul against the Vikings. Tyler Vandehei back in for the Thunder. And Fernholtz back in for the Vikings. Right through traffic, up and good. That is Trent Blake, and he's got 9. And it's now 53 to, no, it isn't either. 53 to 28. So he's got 7. My stats guy is way too fast for me. I'm always thinking that I'm one step ahead. Offensive rebound. Here's Hutcherson to Kruger. He can't hold on to it. Goes to the floor, ends up with it sitting on the floor, and Coach Weber calls a timeout. 30-second timeout, 11:14 to go second half, and the Vikings leading by a score of 53 to 28. Riley Murphy, the leading scorer for the Seymour Thunder with 11. And I believe it is Slaby with 18, and McLean has 14 for the Vikings. Shooting, the Vikings are now 21 of 54 from the field, and the Thunder 11 of 40. Vikings have hit 6 out of 19 three-pointers. And, well, Seymour's about right on that same line. They're 4 of 17. 11:14 to go. Vikings up comfortably at 53-28. McGee to inbound. Brady Shipper has it on the wing. 3, nope. Weak side rebound comes down to Trent Blake. We approach 11 minutes. Time remaining here in the second half. And Blake for 3. That's good. 53-31. 11 minutes to go. Brady Shipper with it near side wing now. DiBenedetto who's checked in. Free throw line. Max Fernholz moves over. He'll take a spot 3. That's no good. And Aiden McGee pulls down the rebound. And back outside for Fernholz. DiBenedetto down the lane. And a little circus shot. That's no good. Aiden McGee, another offensive rebound. Now to Fernholz. That pass bounds off of Trent Blake's head right to a teammate. And the race back onto the other end. That shot no good. Brady Shipper has the rebound. And then a reach-in foul on Rhett Dreesen as he was on his stomach and just kind of wanted to bat the ball away. Dreesen's first, 5th team foul. 10:27 left, and the Vikings in front. Brady Shipper will run the floor for the Vikings. Again, we'll see them again on Tuesday night here at home against Monroe. On Valentine's Day, Shipper, that shot no good. Kruger over the back, and that'll be a foul on him. And that'll be Nate's second and the 4th team foul. I knew it was going to be a tough night tonight. I left my backpack, which has all of my equipment at home, so I had to run back home, which fortunately is only a few blocks from here, but then came back and got everything back to functional, and so it's been one of those days. Here's a 3 from Blake, and that's good. Trent Blake now has 13, and it's 53-34 as we are under 10 minutes to play in the ball game. Jordan DiBenedetto on the far sideline. Jordan had it taken away, and now the race is on. Vandehei, near side, Murphy. Down to the corner, zip pass across the floor to Blake. Around DiBenedetto, his pull-up jumper is good again. And it's 53-36, 15 points now for Blake. 9:30 to play. Fernholz, McGee will get a pick, and a 3 from McGee is good. Aiden McGee has 3 points and lead back out to 20, 56-36, 9:15 left. Rhett Dreesen against DiBenedetto in the backcourt. 4 times now, he was using that off arm to try and push Jordan out of the way, but finally Jordan gets called for the foul with the body. And so it's the 5th foul on the Vikings. And DiBenedetto's first foul, first personal. Both teams now with 5 team fouls. 9:07 remaining here in the game, and it's 56-36. Well, I guess maybe I shouldn't necessarily say game because a storming comeback could certainly happen by the Thunder. See what I did there? Just under 9 minutes left. Inbounds play goes to Riley Murphy. Murphy, Shipper comes out to challenge him, and a timeout called by the Thunder, by John Murphy, Coach John Murphy. And so we've got a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout, 8:51 to play in our contest. So with the Vikings' 2 losses here in recent days, the Badger South Conference race has tightened up considerably. Vikings lost their first conference game last night, Friday night, to Monona Grove in overtime. And so Monona Grove and Edgewood are both a half a game behind the Vikings in the standings. And as we mentioned a number of times now tonight, the Vikings have their last 4 games are all conference games. Badger South Conference games, but the interesting note about that is 3 of the 4 games remaining are against teams with losing records in the conference, and there's a traveling call against Murphy. The only team remaining with a winning record that the Vikings play the remainder of the regular season is Edgewood, and that happens to be the last game of the year. Here's Troy Slaby, now Shipper into the lane, zip pass out, Fernholz for 3, a little strong, and the rebound comes down to Seymour. Looking at the expression on Tommy McLean's face as he was coming up, going to try and get the ball away. Murphy for 3 and Slaby with the rebound. He looked like a caged jaguar ready to pounce on his prey. And Jordan DiBenedetto on the other end with the layup from the right side. 58-36 now, and we have 8:10 to play in the game. Dreesen picked his dribble up through a double team. Slaby knocked it out of his hands. Dreesen keeps his dribble, and now it's Kraus. And Kraus is fouled on a push by DiBenedetto, and that'll be Jordan's 2nd foul. 6th team foul. 4 subs in for Seymour, and Darvell Peoples replaces Brady Shipper. Time remaining here in the second half is 7:57 with the Vikings in front by 22. And we also have a timeout called. So Seymour calls a timeout. And I believe the official just said that Seymour is out of timeouts now. So 7:57 remaining, and the Vikings leading 58-36. Seymour also with a losing record. They're 5-6 in the Bay Conference right now, which is a tie for 4th place. And they are 7-11 overall coming into tonight's game. Vikings 7-1 in the Badger South and 14-3 overall. Vikings, of their 3 losses, 2 have been have come in overtime. 1 against Waunakee and last night against Monona Grove. And then Waunakee also beat them last week in Waunakee by, let's see, I actually have that number right here, by 14. Inbounds play, and the 3 is short for Justin Vandenheuvel. Troy Slaby has the ball for the Vikings with 7:48 to play in our game tonight. And DiBenedetto, Peoples with it. Starting 5, here's a backdoor pass to DiBenedetto, left it short. And the rebound comes down to Trent Blake. So an easy 2 goes by the boards for the Vikings. Cornell with it for the Thunder. Slaby on him and a slap on Slaby, and he knew it immediately. So Slaby with his 3rd, 7th team foul, and that'll put Cornell on the line for a 1-and-1. 2 of 5 are the Thunder from the free throw line tonight, and Trevor Cornell's first free throw is good. That makes it 58-37. And 2 for 2. So 58-38, 7:25 left. Slaby awkwardly bounces it out to Fernholz. Peoples with it now. Fernholz with it back in the corner. Peoples, and now Max has it again. They'll try DiBenedetto on this side. Now Slaby winds up for 3, and no. Jordan DiBenedetto with the rebound, and on his way back up, the ball got knocked out of his hands. And the Thunder have it. Just under 7 minutes remaining. Wieczorek with it, and now Trevor Cornell for the Thunder. Stops on the baseline. Now here's DiBenedetto to redeem himself, and he puts that one in. Jordan's got 9, and it's 60-38. 6:38 left. Almost a steal in the backcourt against Cornell. Bounces it ahead. Fernholz almost with the steal. Out to the corner for 3. Nope. Reach side rebound Fernholz for the Vikings. And Fernholz tripped, and down he went. Now the Thunder comes back the other way. It's Vandenheuvel for three. That's way short. And DiBenedetto has the rebound. DiBenedetto picks his way through traffic. Foul called. Basket counts. Jordan heads to the line to try and convert a three-point play. Trent Blake, I believe, is the person who the foul is on, which would be his second. Yep. And 6th team foul. And Jordan DiBenedetto into double figures tonight. He's got 11 and will head to the line to try the free throw to make it a 63-38 game. DiBenedetto's free throw is good. 63-38, 6:13 to play. Wishorik with it for the Thunder. Cornell down to the corner for Yeager. Baseline drive, and Yeager will get the roll. 63-40. Inside pass to McLean. Turnaround hook shot is good. Tommy McLean now with 16. Near side, it's Caden Waller on the wing, and he hands it to Vandehei. 5:30 to play. Vandehei, touch pass in the middle, and that's taken away by the Vikings. Aiden McGee with it. McGee down to the corner. DiBenedetto for three, and that's off the mark. Tommy McLean has the rebound for the Vikings. Inside pass, threw it to the cheerleader. I don't think she's playing tonight. And Nick Hutcherson, Sean McGlory, and Kyle Goodman in for the Vikings. McLean, DiBenedetto, and Peoples are out. 5:17, 16, and 15 to play second half. Vikings in front, 65-40. Caden Waller left the layup short. Hutcherson has the loose ball, and now Sean McGlory. Hutcherson has it back, and McGlory's going to take a three. Yeah, rolls it around, down, around and around it went, but down it went. And it's 68-40. McGlory's got three. 4:48 left. And a three for Vandehei, and that's good. Tyler Vandehei with his first basket tonight, 68-43. Here's Slaby picking his way through. That's no good. Rebound tip, and Slaby saves it. McGee has it and scores. 70-43. 4.5 minutes left. Wishorik now for the Thunder. Back out above the arc. Caden Waller down the lane, and it's going to be a block against McGee. And that'll be his first, 8th team foul. And that will send Caden Waller to the free throw line for a couple of free throws. 4:18 remaining, 70-43. And the first one is good off the bounce from the back iron. Riley Murphy and Rhett Dreesen back in for the Thunder, and Brady Shipper is in. Out goes Slaby. Second free throw is good. 70-55 now. 45, beg your pardon. McGlory, near side wing, hands it to Shipper. McGee and now Hutcherson on the far side. Hutcherson, McGee, and a foul called away from the ball. And that goes against Caden Waller. That's his first, 7th team foul. And that puts the Vikings on the free throw line for a 1-and-1. And now Anthony Hernandez in for the Thunder. Kyle Goodman on the free throw line for the Vikings. And misses the first one. A couple of Thunder players battled for the rebound and lose it out of bounds, so the Vikings will retain possession on the baseline with 4:04 to go. Hutcherson to inbound. Got it into Goodman. Nope. Put back. Nope. Rebound out of bounds to Seymour. Dreesen to inbound, and it'll come into Riley Murphy. We're under 4 minutes to play. Dreesen, nice dish underneath. Tyler Vandehei got it. He's got 5. And it's now 70-47 with 3:44 left. McGee, near side Shipper. Brady down to the corner. McGee has it. And we've got another offensive foul against the Vikings on a hook. 24, Kyle Goodman, that's his third, 9th team foul, so no free throws here. And the bench is cleared for the Vikings, and 13, 15, 20, and 25, eh? Mitch Fuller, David Graffine, Tyler Anderson, and I may have missed one, but I got him. 3:23 left. Top of the arc is Anthony Hernandez. And now Riley Murphy down to the corner. Dreesen winds up for 3. That's no good. Back iron. And the rebound comes back down to the Thunder. Dreesen, now this side. Vandehei for 3. That's no good. And the ball on the floor. They wrestle for it. We've got a jump ball called. Seymour with the alternating possession this time. 3:01 left. Vandehei to inbound for the Thunder. Heads into the backcourt for Rhett Dreesen. Anthony Hernandez over on the far side. Now near side 3 on its way and no good. Sean McClory has the rebound for the Vikings. 2:40 left. McClory, with a burst of speed. He got the basket, but they waved it off. It was on the drive. Foul against Riley Murphy, his second, 8th team foul. But McClory will head to the line for a 1-and-1. McClory has 4 points now with that free throw. 2:38 time remaining here in the second half. And McClory misses the second. Caden Waller has the rebound. Vandehei with it for the Thunder. Stops on the wing. Dreesen heads toward the corner. Actually, he'll get it from Murphy. Now Waller, top of the arc. 2:18 to play. Back out to the top now for Dreesen. Down the lane, up good from the right side. And Dreesen has 6. And it's now 71-49, approaching 2 minutes to play. Tyler Anderson had it. They'll throw it around to this side. David Graffine for 3. That's no good. And the rebound on the weak side comes down to Seymour. Murphy down the lane. Dishes it off. Vandehei missed. And Graffine with the rebound. Now McClory has it. 1:44, 43, and 42 to play in a substitution timeout here for the Vikings. Torrance Rogers and Paul Coleman into the lineup for the Vikings. 1:41 to go. Inbounds will go to Coleman. Now Rogers with it above the arc. Coleman has it back and then lost the handle on it. Murphy with it across the timeline. 1.5 to play. Now Vandehei, this side for Waller, back to the top, 3 on its way, and good for Riley Murphy, who now has 14 points tonight. 71-52 with 1:15 to play. Rogers, with a little floating jumper, and he's got 2, 73-52. Coming up on a minute to go. Vandehei winds up for 3. That's an air ball, and it goes into the cheerleaders. Dance team. Cheerleaders are on the other end. Just under a minute left. Paul Coleman runs the floor for the Vikings. 54, 53, 52 seconds to go. Graffin down the baseline. Had his pass rejected off the side of the backboard and out of bounds. 48 seconds to play. And that pass was intended for Derek Gilbertson. Comes out toward half court. Rogers across to Coleman. 41 seconds to go. And down to the corner here on this side for Mitch Fuller. Lobs it into the block for Gilbertson. Turnaround shot. That's partially deflected, it looked like. 32, 31, 30 seconds remaining. Long pass ahead up this near side for Dreesen around traffic. Up and good from the left side. 73-54. 22, 21, 20 seconds left. Coleman. Down to Rogers. 12, 11, 10 seconds to play. Graffin above the arc with 6 and 5 and 4. And looks like the Vikings will be content just to run the clock out. They do. And hold on to win this one, 73-54. So we'll take a look at our scoring summary tonight. And for the Seymour Thunder, it was Trent Blake with 15, Riley Murphy with 14, Rhett Dreesen had 8, Josh Krause with 6, Tyler Vandehei with 5, Cornell had 2, as did Caden Waller and Nick Yeager. And that totals up to 54. And the Seymour Thunder shot 20 of 59 from the field. They were 12 of 31 inside the arc, 8 of 28 from beyond the three-point line, and 6 out of 9 from the free throw line. And for the Vikings tonight, it was Troy Slaby leading the scoring with 18 points, 16 for Tommy McLean, 12 for DiBenedetto, 8 for Fernholtz, 5 for McGee, 4 for Sean McGlory and Darvell Peoples, 2 points for Shipper, Rogers, and Goodman. That totals up to 73. Vikings shot 29 of 75 from the field, 21 of 48 from inside the arc. They hit 8 three-pointers out of 27 tries and 7 of 11 from the free throw line. So, again, our final score tonight, the Vikings beat the Seymour Thunder by a score of 73-54. And for the Thunder, they dropped to 7-12 overall. Vikings improve to 15-3. And our next boys basketball broadcast will come on Valentine's Day on Tuesday, which is February 14th, and that'll be against Monroe, 7:30 start time here at Stoughton High School. Hope you can join us then. So thanks to the crew, Christy and Noah upstairs, and Kevin doing stats as always. Appreciate your help. We will see you Tuesday night for more boys basketball. Till then, James Weingard from Stoughton High School. This has been a presentation of WSTO Sports in association with Stoughton High School. For more, go online, WSTO.tv. See you Tuesday. Good night from Stoughton.
This broadcast of Stoughton High School Boys Basketball is brought to you through generous support of these WSTO supporters. Stoughton Hospital, a proud supporter of WSTO programming. Stoughton Hospital is a 2010 Wisconsin Forward Award Master recipient, providing exceptional personalized service. Trusted care close to home. The UPS Store of Stoughton. You can't do it all at once, but you can do it all in one place. 2364 Jackson Street, next to Papa Murphy's. Crest Funeral and Cremation Services, love and concern in action. The three things Crest values the most are service, service, and service. A proud supporter of WSTO programming. Radio Shack and Hanson Electronics of Stoughton. Your local U.S. Cellular and Dish Network authorized dealer. Pizza Pit of Stoughton, a proud supporter of WSTO programming and the official pizza of WSTO's staff.